Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things, and I'm back today for yet another Vlogtober. We're down to the last, I guess 3 or 4 days. Anyway, today's topic is some ideas for memory keeping. So I want to encourage you to do a couple things that I think you might be happy that you did later on. If you have children, if you have nieces and nephews, if you have family or friends you enjoy getting together with, these ideas will really work for any of that. But my focus for me personally was recording family memories with my husband and my children. So way back when we had our first child, and he started to talk, and then he had siblings and they started to talk. We had so much fun laughing good-naturedly at the fun things they said. So these are two of probably, I think I at least have one or two other books around that record their funny sayings or sweet sayings. So for example, this is a funny one. My youngest son Drew is almost 15, but when he was about, I don't know, let's see, about 5, he was playing with some friends, and they were playing, I guess, like, what was it? They were just playing like an old West game, like they were cowboys or villains or something, and one guy points his gun and says, "You better say your prayers." And then Drew, who's used to us praying before a meal, says, "Dear Jesus, thank you for this food." Which is just funny, because if someone points a gun at you, you're not going to thank God for the food. Anyway, there would be a different kind of prayer. So funny things like that, or sweet things, or maybe when your kids do something kind for each other and it's a heartwarming memory. Those things we just can't always recall readily the more time goes on. At first I go, that was so cute, that was so cute. But with the passing of time, our brains get full of information. I just think of a big crowded file cabinet, and you can't always find the paper you want. If you write down the sweet moments, the tender moments, the funny moments, you'll have a written record of them, and you can look back and laugh later. I can't tell you how many times we've gotten these books out, and I'll read them to whoever's around. One thing leads to another, and we start to reminisce, and we're just rolling laughing. It's fun. It's really fun. So take the time to record quotes or moments. This book, I just want to point out, is from Nepal. A friend of mine who's lived there for a number of years brought this to me. This paper is like oh man, it's like nothing else I know in paper. It's very textured. It feels soft, but it has texture. The handmade paper there is beautiful. It's got a lot of interesting detail, little specks and things. It looks like a hardier type paper, and it definitely looks handmade. It's just very unique and really a wonderful paper. So anyway, I chose to use this book with a real leaf that's dipped in a gold paint, I guess, on the front. It's broken off a little bit there. But so that's fun. So if maybe you have a gift that's a journal that's given to you as a gift, and you're like, it's neat, but I don't really have a use for it. If you don't have a place to write down quotes or moments, think about using one of your spare journals for that. And of course, if you're looking for an excuse to buy a new traveler's notebook, you can say, hey, I need to have a notebook that records quotes and family moments or friend moments. Not everybody has a family or has children, and so just take the time to record the special moments in your life anyway. So those are all very meaningful. And for me, my friends are on a very high level of importance in my life for a variety of reasons, but I cherish those relationships as much as family ones. So do that. So this is just another example. This is just something at the time I liked that I saw at Hobby Lobby. it still has a lot of room for writing in. Obviously, most of it's unwritten in. Because, you know, I lost track of it. My kids started getting bigger, and it just made me laugh to read them. Sorry, forgot what I was saying. They stopped saying as cute of things, you know, and then I guess I quit writing things down as they kind of outgrew that phase. Anyway, the other thing is, with everybody's iPhones, we don't tend to print pictures anymore. The days of film, you know, in the everyday world are like gone, but that used to be a regular part of my life. Take a roll of film, take it to Walmart or wherever, have it printed, put the photos in an album. For a while I did like the creative memories, and I did scrapbooking / journaling, or like photo journaling, I guess you'd call it. That was fun. That got to be a little burdensome to keep up with the decorative aspect of that kind of memory keeping, which is beautiful and fun, but it became too much work for me, and I felt like it was more of an expense than I needed to incur. So I went to this method, and basically I take pictures. Now I send them to Walgreens to be printed. I pick up pictures, I put them in an album. This kind of album is my favorite for this because there's either a side loading or a top loading pocket. I prefer the ones that are bound like this. Some of them are a cheaper quality and they have fallen apart. I need to redo one or two. But what I like about this is you get your pictures in a book, and then everybody can enjoy them. You know, you don't just say, oh, let's look at old pictures, and you take out your phone and there's like 1,000 of them. These have been a real source of joy and connection with our kids. If I have one of these out at the time of their birthday or it's Christmas, I just had a phone call and it interrupted my talking to you, and I switched out albums in that interim there. But anyway, I think what I was saying is having these albums has been a really good place or connecting point, I guess is how I want to say that, with my family. So we'll get out one of these, especially when the kids were all little, and they just laugh at how everybody looked, or, you know, oh, look at your haircut, or I remember that outfit, or remember when mom made that cake, or dad did such and such with us, or, you know, it just brings back so many memories that our brains can't recall at the drop of a hat. When you take time to write down your memories, whatever they might be, or take photos and actually print them and put them in a book, or do the, what is it, the Snapfish, or there's the other one. Do whatever works for you, but get it out so it's something people can hold and look at, because we have so much fun looking at these, and my kids with the kind of sarcastic sense of humor will, you know, make wisecracks that just have us all rolling, laughing. So this, we have things from our, you know, our Camp Grantastic. We have a picture of when my father-in-law passed away, and, you know, it's kind of sad, but it's pretty sweet that there are the grandsons carrying the casket to the burial place, you know. It's just moments, vacations, some fun little outings, flowers that were from my son and daughter-in-law's wedding. So anything that helps preserve a memory can go in these books. One thing I took a picture of when my youngest child was a baby, where I record these videos actually is the area that used to be his changing table and dressing table. So I had all his little socks and diapers and little outfits just in a couple drawers that are right under this counter here. And that was always a special thing to me, to open that drawer and see all those little socks, you know, balled up. And I thought, I'm going to forget this moment if I don't take a picture. And I took a picture, and it's in one of our, probably, I'm glancing back at the shelf, I'm sure I have about 20 or 25 photo albums. And that is one of the pictures. And I can look back at that someday and just say, oh yeah, I remember when I used to get Drew dressed for the day on that counter, and all his clothes at that time fit in a very small area because he was a baby. But just take pictures of things, take pictures of people, take pictures of your crafting area or your journaling area, and just remember the little special moments that make up your life, whatever your life is about. What it looks like in the morning when you get ready for work, maybe the view out a window, or something that you just think, I probably don't want to forget that, or that'll help recall a stage of my life, whether it was good or bad, hard or easy. It's who we are. Our life experience makes up the people we are. So take time to record it. And that's what I've done. I consider myself the family historian. I don't know, how much, I think it's appreciated now, but I think as more time goes on, it will be even more valued. My one daughter-in-law, every time she's over, she grabs a photo album like Christmas time when she's here for a while and just enjoys looking at them. And of course she gets to see her husband as a little boy and things like that, so that's all fun. So I guess I'll just stop with that, but just want to encourage you to be your own historian or your family's historian and create a little written legacy of your life story and those that you love. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all of you who've been along with me on this Vlogtober journey. Thank you for Leanne. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but thank you for the idea originally on October 1st, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye. Hey, I'm back real quick. I just wanted to tag on this little ending to the video. This is a shelf in our family room. Right over here is our fireplace and our mantle, so you get a kind of an idea of what's going on. But if you can see on the, I'm trying to point, there we go, these albums here, when my kids were little, I kept a photo album up to age 2, and as they leave home, I give them their album. And then after age 2, they were just incorporated into the family albums. They didn't have a separate book at that point. And then this one here is actually one that my mom put together when I was a little girl. So I think I got this, not a little girl, a growing up girl, through till she passed away when I was 14. Anyway, so those are kind of older family ones. And then I kind of went into these smaller slide-in photo type things, as you can see on that middle shelf. And then all along here are nearly identical type albums. And I have tried to, if they have a place for that, I'll date it on the outside so that someday, if I get motivated, I can put them in order. Or if people want to look for a particular memory, a particular Christmas or vacation, they can kind of get an idea, what year they're looking at. And then right here are just miscellaneous storybooks that I've saved with the hopes of getting to read to grandkids at some point, but they always just want to come over and play with their aunts and uncles. And then down here are my creative memories, and I know it's dark in here, I apologize, but those are kind of our homeschool yearbooks, you could call them. Actually, right there on the corner is my wedding album and my baby book that my mom put together for me. So you can see it is a wall of history, and I have room to have my husband put up another shelf if we need it. As the kids grow up and leave home, I'm not too concerned about recording their memories anymore. They can do that for their own family, but I wanted them to have the memories recorded of their time at home, their childhood and young adulthood. So anyway, there, I hope that motivates you to be your family historian. And that's all. See ya.